Hello everyone, I'm Joe Screbbles, I'm joined by Gavin Murphy.
Alright.
And I recently played Horizon Zero Dawn, which was very exciting. Our first proper look at its open world,
Yeah.
which you can see here in glorious, brown and green colour.
Well, nice, isn't it?
It's very pretty.
There's some
indeed.
reds in there.
And so we're going to show you a bunch of really, just exciting things that happened while
Yeah.
I was playing.
Joe,
what?
What the hell do you do in Horizon, this game?
Well, essentially, put it this way. If you've played Far Cry, you understand what Horizon is. It's a giant open world.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's full of, big giraffes with the Starship Enterprise for a head.
Oh,
which
shit.
is nice. It's called a tall neck. Essentially, you're just put into a world peppered with weird, broken remnants of the old world. This is sort of a post-apocalyptic world.
Okay.
And you're sort of just set free to go and hunt these big robot monsters, uncover the map, uncover the secrets of the world, and just, have a look around.
Are they naughty human, monsters? Robot
Most of them are
monsters?
naughty. The Tallnecks, these guys, are very nice. So essentially, this is just an completely organic platforming puzzle.
Right.
It's just in this area, and it goes, you want to get up to its head, and it just lets you try and do it. As you can see, there are some slight performance problems. It doesn't seem to be able to deal well with how massive the Tallnecks are.
It is a big old tall neck.
It's rendering a lot of neck.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is really the only major bit of performance drop I've seen, which is kind of impressive. This was running on a standard PS4 as well, not a PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
But this essentially is your kind of walking Ubisoft tower.
Okay,
so
sweet.
you can uncover the map just by walking around it, but this just gives you a big swathe and shows you stuff around the area.
I love that little, look like she can't quite keep her balance.
Yeah, like little animations like that. I think we were talking about it, that thing in Uncharted where he kind of touches the wall as he runs into it.
Yeah.
Just makes it all feel a slightly more physical, a bit more real.
Yeah, it does, but imperfections make things seem real.
Yeah, and
that makes sense.
My favourite thing about this isn't that it's revealing all the side quests and stuff, because that's not really what I'm interested in this game. It's that it's showing me where all the nearest creatures are that I can go and hunt.
Yeah.
So we're also about to see the most absurd rappel animation of all time.
Does she do it with her hair?
No, she doesn't, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? This game, it's a very realistic approach to hunting and stuff. She nearly kills herself every time she jumps off a cliff or a tall neck.
That does seem like it's adding an element of danger that doesn't need to be there.
Absolutely doesn't. Aloy's a thrill seeker. It's just ridiculous. So there's a glimpse of the map. That's maybe, I don't know, a sixth of the map, what you just saw. It's absolutely enormous. So you can override creatures like this Strider here.
And what is Override doing?
So essentially, all the creatures are wild. Most of them are hostile, or at least will run away from you if they see you.
Okay.
You, at some point in the story, I think about the 4th or 5th mission, you unlock this stick that you can essentially stick in their orifices and turn them into pliant creatures for your needs.
You're speaking my language, baby.
All right. And I'm about to come across a creature that I cannot override, which is called a Scrapper. One of the things I really enjoy about this game is that it tries to make all the robot animals feel like they serve a purpose somehow.
Okay.
So Scrappers, if you find them in the wild, they'll be breaking down rocks with their chainsaw teeth.
Right.
So obviously they're doing something. They have a job.
Well, why are we getting involved with his job then?
Well, because I'm just very cool.
Because you want that sweet, sweet yellow stuff.
I want all his bits. So the yellow stuff, when you've scanned them, it shows off their weak points. And certain weak points are just easy way to kill them. Certain weak points, that one on the top is like a radar, so he can detect you more easily than other creatures.
Ah, that's
but
cool.
If you blow it up, he can no longer use his radar pulse. Also,
that's really good. So it's not just you have to hit here.
No. So it's cosmetic and mechanical. We'll see a fight later on as well, where it completely changes how the monster fights when you destroy its weak points. It's a bit Monster Hunter-y, which really works for me.
It does kind of feel like that's what they're going for.
Absolutely, yeah. It's to me, there we go. Traps. That's the other best thing. It genuinely does feel like you're hunting sometimes. You're setting traps and kind of working out patrol routes and things.
That was cool, man. There's not enough tripwires in games.
No?
I don't feel.
You're going to see a lot of tripwires from me because it's my favourite trick.
All right.
So this is a sort of story section.
Okay.
The story for me is kind of the least interesting part of the game at the moment. From what I've played, I feel like I know exactly where it's going. You start off, Aloy, you start off as her as a child.
Right.
She's been outcast from a tribe, the Nora.
Because she's a renegade.
She's not, because she was a renegade baby.
Yeah.
She
that
just
baby plays by
fast.
its own rules, baby.
It wears a bandana.
Okay.
And she, essentially you play, the tutorial is her growing up and learning how to hunt.
Okay.
And then eventually she does this thing called the proving, where she's allowed back in the tribe because she's such a good hunter.
Yeah.
It's also because she's got this little mechanical device that no one else has, which is basically a futuristic smartphone that she found in a ruin.
They're like, just get her in. She's got that.
She's
thing.
great.
Yeah.
But so the story is essentially, from side quests wise,
Yeah.
it's kind of all I've really seen are fetch quests. They're not that exciting.
Okay.
The story itself takes you around the first main area, and this is your kind of first steps outside of the Nora tribe, like, region.
Right, okay.
Which is where the environments start changing. So really the story is an excuse to get you out and into the open world.
Okay.
There's promises of, like, deserts and huge forests and ruins.
Really?
Like, as you've already seen, we were in, like, the ruins of a human city.
Yeah.
But it seems like the implication is we might be somewhere, like, this might be somewhere in the real world. You might eventually recognize where you are.
Do you think?
Yeah, there was, like, the developers were starting to talk about that, which is quite exciting.
That is good.
Aside from the story,
Yes.
we've also got things like this. These are the challenge trials, which you'll find dotted around.
Yeah.
They are what they sound like. It's essentially you're given a quick thing to do, and you have to do it as quickly as possible. So once I jump down this rope,
Yeah.
I have to remove canisters, which are another weak point, from grazers, which are sort of the game's, like, deer.
Okay.
I've got to get 10 of them and then get back here.
It's really pretty, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. Like, there are bits with, like, that fog and stuff. There's just
Yeah.
little attention to detail. There you go. This tall grass usually is just looks nice, but at night time it goes all bioluminescent with fireflies, so you know where it is.
I
So
do
you can...
love me some bioluminescence.
Oh, right. What you're going to see here is me completely failing to hunt well for quite a while.
But then you redeem yourself.
I will
so
eventually
it's
redeem
fine.
myself.
Yeah.
But this shows off a really nice feature. One of my favourite things about this game, that was terrible, is
Get him in the face.
the herds, all the robots, because they're designed to work together. So, like, these are digging, by the way.
Yeah.
They serve a purpose. The Watchers, which are these lizardy guys at the background, are kind of the most populous, evil, like, will attack you on sight
Right,
things.
okay. The one that we just twat in the face.
Yes, indeed.
Sweet.
They all work together.
Okay.
So they've got, like, symbiotic herds. So if those scrappers that you saw earlier were in this herd,
Yeah.
I would have to stay further back so it didn't radar pulse me.
Ah, yes.
Whereas Watchers will skirt around the edges of a herd, and if
Oh.
they see you, the herd will all run away together because it alerts them.
Damn.
and
so you can really mess things up then.
Exactly. So you'll see in a bit, I actually managed to do something cool because the grazers
Okay.
all want to stick together in a pack.
Right.
So around here, I'm setting up a tripwire.
Okay.
And I can see the herd nestled over there. They know I'm here, and they
Yeah.
want to stay away from me. So
yeah.
here, I'm running round the side of them,
Yeah.
and I want them to run into my tripwire. So you can just
yes.
mess with how these creatures work and all their relationships to each other.
That's so smart.
And there we go. I've got one with my tripwire. He's now really easy. And my terrible bow skills don't need to be used anymore. I've got a perfectly stationary little grazer to get.
That's really good.
It's,
So it feels like
super
Far
smart.
Cry in the sense of, like, you can approach missions and little things in very, very different ways then.
Yes, but I think the kind of actual moment-to-moment combat stuff
Yeah.
is quite a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
This feels to me like, at the moment, kind of like what Far Cry Primal should have been.
Right, okay.
And now, as we're talking about Far Cry, these are bandit camps. These are exactly the same things as
Yeah.
Far Cry since Far Cry 3. You've got outposts, you kill everyone in them, then that place becomes like a safe settlement.
Oh!
Humans
That guy didn't have a clue what was going on then.
So human fighting, which we've never seen before, by the way,
Yeah.
is kind of more interesting because they act slightly smarter.
Yeah.
So if they see you putting up traps, they'll
Yeah.
try not to go near you.
Like
because
a human would.
Like a human would. That said, if you enrage them, sometimes
here we go,
they
here we
do
go.
this. I love his little, like, American football juke.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Ugh."
He's like, I see it, but I can't control myself.
This is me using a rattler, by the way. So
Okay.
this is sort of a spear machine gun.
Oh, yeah.
The weaponry gets really interesting. Between the tripwires, there's a thing called a rope caster which can tie animals down.
Yeah.
So you can either override them or get critical hits on them. And also a really lovely thing is that not all weaponry can do everything you want it to.
Okay,
certain
sweet.
bows can only use certain types of ammo.
Yeah.
Which means you really have to vary how you approach it and think about everything. So these guys are, like, weak to armor piercing, which you can
Sweet.
see there. I don't have any armor piercing bows, which makes this really hard. So these are the bellowbacks.
Okay.
This is an example of, like, one of the bigger creatures you're going to fight.
That grass is well nice, isn't it?
It's amazing. And there's just something really satisfying about taking down the big monsters in this.
Yeah.
They feel like a proper fight. So I'm quite underleveled at this point.
Okay.
But that just makes it a bit more exciting trying to take these huge things down.
Yeah.
So these, again, for the kind of holistic robot world, are the transporters. Like, they transport the petrol that powers the other things. That's what they're collecting.
He's seen your rock, Joe, but he's gone round it.
Too smart.
Too smart
Smarter
for you,
than
baby.
me. Bellowbacks are smarter than me.
Damn it.
But that means that they're full of petrol that they can fire at you.
Oh.
But as you'll see, those sacks, because they have to be expandable, are weak points, so you can take them down quickly. Once you take them down, they can no longer spew fire at you.
Yeah.
It's this like really nice interaction between how things look, how they work, and then what you can do to change
Seen your
them.
rock again. Oh, he's missed it. No, he hasn't. Nice.
So yeah, I've taken him down. I can like absolutely pepper him with Rappler shots.
Oh, that's cool. And now his ass is on fire.
His big ass.
That poor guy, he had no idea that was happening when he woke up this morning. He's like, I'm just going about my business, canning around my petrol ass.
Bam.
No, you're not. I think I said before, like, it doesn't feel like any of them are like fodder. It feels like they're all proper fights.
Yeah, and as you'll have seen all the way through, because I've taken a lot of hits because I'm really bad at this game.
Yeah.
There's, like, everything is readable. Everything's kind of easy to take down if you know how to do it and you have the skill to do it. But if it hits you, like, even the weakest creatures can kill you in a few hits.
Shit.
So it's a constant, that again pushes that idea of a hunt. You're meant to stay and lurk, see where they're going to move, think about it, and then make your move. You're not just running into fights willy-nilly.
Oh, man, this is awesome.
This is me peppering him with my explosive slingshot, crafting new stuff on the fly. So it's not too survivally. Like, if you've got the materials, you can always have the ammo.
Just get to it, yeah. That's
which is, it doesn't make much sense, but it feels better. Like,
Yeah,
it would be
also
sort of annoying if you had to keep running in and out.
And I guess it just makes the fights a little tiny bit more fun. Like, it seemed like it like slowed down a little bit when you were doing it. Like,
Oh yeah, it's like completely like kills you. Like, unless they're right next to you, they're not going to get you during that
That's
time.
good. I like that. That's good. Otherwise, what's the point?
Well,
Because that looked like a lot of fun.
It wouldn't surprise me if they have like a survival mode in this.
Yeah.
Those purple flashes are me hurting weak points or bits of armor as well, by the way. Here we go.
His like little boobies underneath his neck.
Yeah, his gullet.
Okay.
And dang!
Boom!
Got myself a bellow back. And then
That's
I ran away
awesome,
from
man.
those guys.
I like it.
So that's Horizon Zero Dawn. It is an exciting new game that looks really pretty, and there's good hair in it.
Good stuff, Joe.